spend a day with me in Toronto. I was there last week, and this is how I spent one of my days. I went to Kensington, was famished upon arrival, so I went to Otto's Berlin Donair, one of my favorite spots in the market for food. I always get the fried halloumi donair with fries, always have to add fries, and it was divine, scrumdiddlyumptious. Afterwards, I bebopped over to Kensington Avenue to do some vintage shopping, well, browsing, I should say. Courage, my love, has a really thoughtful curation of vintage and upcycled clothing pieces. They also have an extensive jewelry selection. I've found some of my most fabulous pieces at Fashion Old and New. I think they have one of the best selections of all the vintage stores in the market. Their prices are also some of the highest, but there are so many treasures to be found. Space Vintage usually has a lot of formal and party dresses, so if you're looking for something for an event, this is a great place to go. Exile Vintage is one of my favorites. They have everything, jerseys, prints, and a huge selection of clothing. Lots of great vintage pieces at a pretty decent price. Lastly, I went into Vintage Depot, another place with a huge selection, and I usually find something, but today I honestly just wasn't in the shopping mood. I was just there for the browsing. I needed a pick-me-up, so I got a bubble tea from Baroness Tea. It was like a Thai-style iced tea with boba, so delicious. I was still feeling a bit thirsty after, so I went to Koss and had a pint. This is my go-to place for just grabbing a beer in the market, baby. Once I had a little buzz going, I walked around Chinatown, one of my favorite neighborhoods to walk around in and really soak up the city ambiance, the city vibes, if you will. I stopped by the public library to use the toilet and the Wi-Fi. I had a little rest as well, and then once I regained my strength, I strutted down to Queen Street and went to Black Market. Going to Black Market always brings me back to when I was first living in Toronto, and although it isn't the same, I still end up with a treasure or two. Their basement location is still my favorite, but I found this Gorgina wool skirt in their upstairs location for only $20, and it would have cost me like $40 if I got it in Kensington. I boogied on back up to college to meet my friend Jonathan for dinner at Ramen Ashin. I always have to have a Sapporo with my ramen. It isn't the same without it. Got my little doggy bowl to take home. We came back to Jonathan's and had ice cream and cake for dessert, and then started season 1 of The White Lotus because even though I'm watching season 3, I have not seen the first 2 seasons. Anyway, that was my day!